Hello everyone and happy Halloween. I'm going to be covering something really special to me. I'm going to be showing off my special editions of the remake of the Resident Evil 1 video game. And technically Resident Evil 0 too, because one of the ones I got has Resident Evil 0. It's mostly themed off Resident Evil 0. And I'll tell you why I got that version. But this series means an awful lot to me. It's one of my most favorite series ever. It's one of my most favorite survival horror series ever. And by the way, on Black Knight Leader, I will be streaming this today at some point, if not at the very least starting tomorrow, because I consider November to be second Halloween. It's still got that spooky air to it, so why not? But I'm going to be streaming Resident Evil 1 Remake and Resident Evil 2 on the Xbox on Twitch. And let's get into this. This is one of my most absolute favorite series. There's something about the first game that's very magical, about being lost in the woods with dangerous creatures hunting you in it. And you find a gigantic, mysterious mansion. The only thing resembling civilization in wilderness, how deep you are in the wilderness. And it's even more nightmarish than the stuff that's outside. I love every single thing about it. The atmosphere, the look, the characters, the monsters. It is just a sweet series. Now, let's get into it. When they remade the remake of Resident Evil, and they had it come out on the most recent game generation of the time. It would have been 7th gen. They only had the special edition for PlayStation 3. Ironically enough, I don't have a PlayStation 3, but I still got it anyway because I love that game this much. And if I ever get a PlayStation 3, I will play the Resident Evil 1 remake that's in this case. But believe it or not, I saw a comparison video on which version of the remake is the best, and Xbox One, and I wouldn't be I think it was Xbox. It's either Xbox One or Xbox Series X that it looks and runs the best out of all of them, even the current gen gaming PCs when that video was made. If it was a couple years ago, then I imagine then probably the newest, absolute most advanced gaming PC right now probably would look better, but you never know. So let's get into it. The box has lots of Japanese characters on it, and I mean like letters, not characters. This is based off the very first zombie that you see in the game. I unfortunately do not speak Japanese or understand the Japanese language. There's a few characters in their most commonly used written language. There's 3 different written languages that I'm aware of, and there's only a couple characters in the most common one that I am aware of. There's my favorite character, Chris Redfield, but I love Jill Valentine as well. This came with a whole bunch of bonus videos as well from the Wesker Report. This is just so cool. Heck, it is possible that I would not be able to play this on an American PlayStation 3. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Now let's check out what's inside of it. Just checking out to see if there's anything in there. There obviously isn't. First things first, you get the Biohazard Remake video game disc, PlayStation 3 Japanese version. Everything that is in here or on here is pretty much what is on the back of the normal box. I mean the box that it came in. Inside is the disc and a pamphlet. We'll look at that pamphlet in just a second. Behind the disc is Chris Redfield being attacked by a zombie. This is what's behind the pamphlet. Comes with a special code that expires. It expired already, to be honest with you. But you never know. I have used codes that were supposed to have expired and they still worked. So I'm not going to show that. On the back of the pamphlet is the instructions on how to play the game with the standard PlayStation 3 controller. I do not know what any of this says, but it still is interesting to me. If anyone speaks Japanese, let me know. I would love to know what this says. Pretty sure that's instructions on how to handle the disc. Also inside that little pamphlet was this ad, and I'm assuming that's either Chris Redfield or Hunk in the style of a Mega Man character. Looks like an ad for a TV, not TV, a t-shirt. Even if I don't understand what this says, I'm just so happy to have gotten this. Next is the blueprints of the prototype mansion, or maybe the mansion itself. I'm not going to forcefully straighten this out. I don't want to cause any memory in it to be undone. It has cool little notes on it. I just love everything that came with this. And if I were to pick a favorite spot in the mansion, it is the mansion itself. Spencer Mansion. I love this. Okay, we're moving on to the first floor now. And all the stains that you see on it, that was purposely designed into the map to make it look like it's been weathered. I don't want you to think like I've been careless with this and I'm like, I have this out on my table, I'm just like dropping like milk and stuff all over it. The dining room. I love the dining room. I wish I lived in a mansion just like this in the woods. I would purposely design it to look like the mansion from Resident Evil in every single way possible. Obviously, without the trap part. That would be too excessive. I would not want to have to deal with deactivating traps every single day, every single time I come into my house. There is a backside to this, and it's even fainter. I think it's purposely done that way to make it look like the paper is very thin, but there is some notes on it that do not bleed through, so it has to be designed that way. I'll show you that in just a second. But the work that went into this was just epic. I love it. I think this is a sketch. No, never mind. I was gonna say that's a sketch of the Jill sandwich room, but it's not. I think it's one of the labs, but let's check it out. There's some notes right here. It feels like it's made out of a very thick textured paper. Like there's a lot of texture. If you see all those little indentations, you feel it. It feels very nice. I'm not going to rub it too much. I don't want my finger oils to get on it, whether my skin's actually clean or not. Next is this black Biohazard book called the Art Guide Book. Let's take a look at the back of it first. Nothing is on it. Basically the art from every single room. All very beautifully done. And it even shows you on the map the location of the place you're looking at. The tea room. Not trying to put too much stress on the book. I pretty much have this mansion memorized by the back of my hand and how to get to every single room. I just love this game. I remember the first time I ever played on the hardest setting, like well, I guess you can't really say it's the hardest setting, but it's true survivor mode. In true survivor mode, it's on the hardest difficulty, but in addition to that, the trunks do not have they're not universal, so each trunk literally holds whatever you have put into that specific trunk. And all auto aim is turned off. So you take less damage, enemies take more damage, you find less health and ammo, and saves. I love it. Like, first couple times, I would get to a point of no safe return, which means like if I mess up, then the whole game's ruined. I have to start from scratch. But now it's just easy peasy. The library. That's one of my favorite rooms. I love the library. The kitchen, not so much. The crypt was a new room that I really liked. If we're going to talk about new rooms, the crypt could be my favorite one. The main garden. You know what? I take it back. Out in the new places, it's the muddy path with the cemetery. That is my favorite place. The spider's nest is where you have to fight the black tiger. It's an even more dangerous, gigantic web spinner. There's some easy tricks with dealing with it. If you have Chris, I just save the flamethrower for it and burn it into oblivion. But to each their own, you know? I also did really like the residential area. Who am I kidding? I love every single area of this game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not kidding when I said I would love to have a mansion that's exactly like the Resident Evil mansion in the remake. Heck, I'll take the original too. But definitely the remake. Plant 42 room. Plant 42 was so much easier to deal with in all the original versions of the game. Doesn't matter what the difficulty is. 7 swipes with the combat sword. Not sword. Well, it would be nice if you did have a sword. The combat knife or survival knife or Chris's knife will kill it. To my horror, that exploit was no longer available in the remake. The Aqua Ring. This is another place that was dramatically changed. Because if you play the original, the sharks, they're not big at all. But the T-Virus in the remake has made them colossally big. Fun story. When I was fighting the Neptune, the adult giant Neptune that's like the size of a megalodon, I was panicking, so I wasn't completely paying attention to the things around me in the game. And so when I threw in, or I hit the switch for the electrical box, and then noticed I could push it in, and I was trying to push it and I kept on getting shocked. I didn't think I could turn it off, so I was like, okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to do this with a knife. And I jumped in with the knife, and after stabbing the adult Neptune around 50 times, it died. It was worth it. I don't do it like that anymore, but heck, it was fun. It was worth it. Good old Umbrella Labs. Building better worlds. Oh wait, that's Wailing and Tawny. Sorry, my bad. This is Edgar the Bug's favorite place to hang out with. And yes, you are correct. That is a GameCube. The system that the original version of the remake first appeared on. And quite honestly, I thought it would be the only system it'd ever be on. Technically the first place you ever encountered the Chimera. I mean, the page I was talking about before. Definitely not this. We all know what room this is, unless you've never played Resident Evil. The main laboratory. The changes in this was frantic. In the original, you could completely run around all the tubes. Now, they have a middle corridor that semi-allows you to do that, but I don't remember that being in the original. You could just literally run around the entire set of things. Well, they added like a fence-gated in area, making the fight feel even more desperate. They definitely had to throw in an Aliens theme here. Aliens and Terminator and a couple other series have heavily inspired Resident Evil. There's some weapons from Aliens, like including the M240 flamethrower that normally projects napalm with thermite in it. They have it, but it's like a silver or nickel plated. Okay, and that is it for the art guidebook. Don't forget to thank the staff, the editor, editing, design, AD, TP, supervision, and special thanks to these people. Don't forget to definitely thank them. I'll be on your asses if you don't. That was not all it came with. It also came with this STARS Special Tactical and Rescue Box. Don't forget to check this just like you would with any item in the Resident Evil game itself. Get a special book with the STARS Raccoon Department, Police Department badge on it. Or emblem, I should say. I should say emblem. First is this little box. Made in Germany. Won't focus for some reason. Comes with stars pin. I guess instructions on how to use the pin. It's a fairly heavy pin. Never used it before. This is the first time I ever opened it. Had a strong smell of one of those I can't think of it. You know, you use it for marking things. It's a marker, but it has a specific name. Black marker. Yes, these are instructions on how to use this pin. This is a very, very fancy pin, apparently. I'm thinking it's showing you how to disassemble and possibly refill it. Wouldn't be surprised. I'm not kidding though, I had never opened the pin cover itself. It had a really strong smell to it. Oh, I'm this upside down. Also comes with a clip-like item. I just now noticed that it has a stars emblem right there. I think it's for bookmarking. And here's the big item itself. It comes with this really thick book, but it's all in Japanese. And I will make a separate video. I don't have time for it because it will eat up too much memory. I'll make a separate video about it, but it has something written literally on every single page. I just don't know if it's like for specific days, like based off real stuff, or if it has real like lore written in it. There's a Stars Police badge right there. It says something, hold on. It's all made out of a really nice leather. Like I said, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's real life stuff that's written right there. I mean, like things that pertain to real life, or if that's like Resident Evil lore. It's on every page and it's different. Again, I will make a separate video for that. And this is where it gets really, really cool. Getting a special Japanese edition of anything Resident Evil that is on Xbox, or Biohazard I should say, on Xbox is incredibly, incredibly rare. Not only that, but it had Resident Evil 1 Remake, but this was for it came out for the release of the first version of Resident Evil 0 to be on Xbox, and it was awesome. I had to get this. I actually got all this stuff I got from the same website that I also got this. This is an Asian edition special Platinum Hits version of Kinect Star Wars. Kinect Star Wars was the only Kinect game to be a Platinum hit. I love that game. This is hands down the best Kinect game. Wish we were still getting Kinect stuff, but that's just how it is. I love the purple goodness of the Kinect. And it just flat out was fun. I loved it. I know a lot of people had problems with it, but I love this game. Oh, getting back into Resident Evil. Oh, and here is the place. PlayAsia.com. This is where I always look to see if they have a special edition of something I really like, especially if it's a Japanese edition. This is what's on the back. It probably will not look too different compared to the original case that came out in America. Here is the disc. Here is the pamphlet. Hand's kind of shaking there. The back of this groovy disc. Love it. Back of the case, there's, well, nothing there. Always put this on the back of my things. So here are the controls for playing Resident Evil 1 and 0, but in Japanese. This is what's inside this booklet. Stuffed in the middle of it was this, though. What was really cool is when the first time I ever played this, I was streaming it on Twitch. Got a big audience of people. It was really fun. And what we all were not expecting was you had both Wesker reports. The Wesker reports, and the second one is in Japanese. And I saw everyone in chat being like, what the heck is this? I've never seen this before. Why is it in Japanese? Unfortunately, I don't understand Japanese, but it was cool nonetheless. It also came with a special sleeve that you could change out in the box with this version, since it was a special edition. Got Billy, Rebecca, Jill, and Chris. Not focusing for some reason. Not really anything inside of it, obviously. And this is the back, made for Japan only. And it did work on my American Xbox One. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong when I say that if I were to get a PlayStation 3, I would need a Japanese one to play that one, because that on Xbox it did work playing the Japanese version, but you never know, that could just be an Xbox thing versus a PlayStation thing. Now this came with something similar to the other one, but this is the Marcus crest, I believe. And it has, you know, detailing on every side. Oh. It focused for a second. Okay, let's see. And on the back, it's kind of funny. This one has more detail on it than the one that came with the PlayStation 3 edition. So inside there is a pin, an umbrella pin, and an envelope, I believe, with the Marcus crest. It's kind of creepy looking. Then that's a guy that's being tortured on the envelope. Awesome. Umbrella. Oh, it's an umbrella seal. And unfortunately mine is a little bit damaged. I thought this was something that could be opened up, and when I saw it tear low, I was like, oh no, this is not something that could be opened. What have I done? It makes me feel bad. Here's the umbrella pin. Standard pin. It's a lot like a pin I had to use whenever I would get awards for things, and I had to have it on my uniform and stuff. This was underneath the book. Yes, and there is another book. And it drives me crazy not knowing what it says. So this time it has an umbrella emblem stamped on it. Still made out of a very nice black leather, very thick book. I know it's a calendar book, but again, I just want to know, does it have in-universe Resident Evil lore in it? Or is it just, you know, normal stuff that's written in it? I just want to know. Again, I will make a separate video just for me scanning each page. It's gonna be a long one, and it'll be kind of boring, but it'll be interesting for people that want to see what it says in it. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. Why is it going out of focus? Darn it. That's a umbrella emblem right there. I don't know why it doesn't want to see it. Anyway, peace be with you all, and I hope you're having a fantastic Halloween. I hope you enjoyed this video.